my own business now, a company that is developing a platform based on artificial intelligence and blockchain technology. From my experience, I can say with an absolutely certainty that Busan was the best place for me to start my business, thanks to the specialized blockchain zone. In the past 7 years, Busan has become my second home and I obviously love it here. Global City Busan, we are in it together. This campaign was brought to you by BFM, 부산영어방송.
It's summertime, and with that comes the heat wave. Here's how to prepare for the unwelcome but unavoidable heat. First, tune into your TV or radio and listen for the latest weather forecasts. Try to stay indoors. Refrain from extreme activities, particularly the elderly or those with pre-existing health conditions. If you must go outside, walk slowly, find shade, wear light-colored, loose clothing. To avoid sunburn, protect your skin with sunscreen, wide-brimmed hats, or sun parasols. For those working outside, take frequent breaks and drink water, even if you don't feel thirsty. If you're inside, block UV rays and keep the temperature between 26 and 28 degrees Celsius. Get to know the signs of heat stroke. If you see anyone showing heat stroke symptoms, immediately call 119 or 1339, the Emergency Medical Information Center. We can't beat the summer sun, but let's do all we can to stay healthy this summer. This campaign is brought to you by BEFM, 부산영어방송.
The time is now 2 o'clock.
Welcome to BFM News at 2. I'm David Kim. The government will start providing financial assistance this week to e-commerce vendors affected by recent payment delays from Q10-owned Tmon and We Make Price. Officials announced today that the government and ruling party agreed to offer approximately 500 billion won in liquidity support for small vendors on these platforms. Starting Friday, the Industrial Bank of Korea and the Korea Credit Guarantee Fund will accept applications for a liquidity program offering over 300 billion won in credit guarantees at a preferential rate of 3.9%, as stated by the Financial Services Commission. Additionally, 200 billion won in low-interest loans will be available to small businesses experiencing payment delays. These businesses can also apply for up to a one-year extension on their existing loans starting Wednesday. The cabinet approved a motion today to request parliamentary reconsideration of 4 bills altering the governance of public broadcasters a week after the opposition-controlled National Assembly passed them. If endorsed by President Yoon Suk-yeol, the bills will return to the Assembly for a revote. 3 bills propose amendments to increase board directors at KBS, MBC, and EBS. Previously passed by an opposition assembly and vetoed by Yoon, these bills were scrapped. The 4th bill seeks to change rules for the Korea Communications Commission. In local news, the Busan Metropolitan Office of Education announced the 2024 Global Dream Nurturing Career Camp for multicultural and North Korean defector middle and high school students at Busan University of Foreign Studies from the 6th to the 9th. The camp aims to help students enhance their career planning abilities and establish self-identity through job exploration and career experiences. Programs include career lectures by professors, visits to relevant institutions, and special lectures on writing self-introductions, allowing students to design their own careers. Despite attempts to recover the local apartment market, the number of unsold apartments in Busan has surpassed 5,000 units for 3 consecutive months. According to Busan City and Real Estate Information today, as of July the 15th, the number of unsold apartments in Busan was 5,994 units. And this marks a 15.1% increase compared to the 5,205 unsold apartments at the end of June. The number of unsold apartments in Busan has remained above 5,000 since reaching 5,496 units in May. As of July the 15th, the number of unsold apartments in Busan is at its highest since April 2013, when it reached 6,131 units. To enhance the capabilities of digitally disadvantaged groups, Busan City announced today that it will operate 17 digital experience zones equipped with new technologies like artificial intelligence, AI, and virtual reality (VR). Digital experience zones were established at 16 locations, including Busan Library, Busan Eurasia Platform, and Welfare Centers at the end of last month, with the Busan Developmental Disabilities Training Center to follow later this month. In international news, a U.S. judge has determined that Google engaged in illegal practices to suppress competition and preserve its monopoly in online search and related advertising. The landmark ruling on Monday local time represents a significant setback for Alphabet, Google's parent company, and has the potential to transform business operations for major technology companies. The U.S. Department of Justice filed a lawsuit against Google in 2020 due to its approximately 90% control of the online search market. And now taking a quick look at the weather here. Heat wave warning remains in effect for Busan City, with the mercury averaging between 30 and 34 degrees Celsius, depending on the region. And that'll have to do it for this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to BEFM Busan 영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM Busan 영어방송.
Coming up next is 2 p.m. Reboot with Casey McKeever. BEFM Busan 영어방송.
Do you know any product that was ahead of its time? For example, products that generated tremendous interest in people right after launch, but later flatlined for some reason. Or there may be products that became popular for a very short time and then just disappeared. Well, today we're going to talk about the top 10 failed technologies of the 2000s. It's Tuesday, August the 6th, 2024. My name is Nick. This is 2 p.m. Reboot. Let's get it started.
J Balvin, man.
You just listened to Familiar by Liam Payne and J Balvin. Now, Liam Payne hooks up with Colombian reggaeton singer J Balvin for this Latin-tinged R&B song where they sing bilingual lyrics in a nightclub. Now, many of you might have heard of reggaeton. I'm sure you've all heard of reggae. But as a genre, it integrates the influences of black culture from a variety of Latin American countries. And as the name suggests, reggaeton blends reggae music with Latin American dance hall music, as well as some hip-hop influences too. Now, in its early days, the genre was a platform to discuss themes of African diaspora, communities that are descended from native Africans and the black identity too. It was a way for Afro-Latin people to affirm their identity in a culture that often sought to distance itself from this kind of black culture. A very interesting song, quite a way to kick off a Tuesday. I do love that mix of vibes, like we mentioned, it's got those reggae vibes, the hip-hop vibes. I love it indeed, hope you enjoyed it. There's plenty of good music on your way in this show because you're live in the studio in Busan on this Tuesday afternoon. Welcome to the program. It is BEFM 90.5 you're listening to. In Kijang, Cheongwan and Doksan, it is 103.3 FM. I'm your host, Nick, taking over for Casey while he's away just for a little while. Also, you can listen to us in Seoul at TBS EFM 101.3 FM or GGN Gwangju 98.7 FM. Now, the show is also being streamed on YouTube, so just head to youtube.com, search for BEFM or 부산영어방송, and you can see me. You can communicate, live chat as well. It's a kind of different way to get involved with radio. Unfortunately, due to copyright issues, YouTube lookers, or viewers, that's the word, can't listen to the music. I know, it's not very nice, but because of copyright issues, we can't do this. So the songs will be muted while the songs are playing. However, if you do want to listen to the music, and I do recommend that you do, you can listen to the songs via the smartphone app or on FM radio. I know it's not convenient, but it's the best that we can do. Hopefully, we can get this fixed soon. Anyway, I'm going to tell you what's coming up in this great 2-hour show. In hour one, we of course have Hot Off the Press, trendy music that has been newly released. I'm going to introduce the artist and the track as well. We get to know what's new, fresh and hot in the world of music. And I definitely need some of this because I'm kind of an old music kind of guy. So this segment actually teaches me a lot about current music. We also have Officially Amazing. That's the name of a segment. And of course, Officially Amazing Melissa will be in to guide us through stories of amazing people, amazing accomplishments, or just amazing feats from the years gone by. We need a bit of positivity, and Melissa's here to bring that to us. In the hour two part of the show, we have Daily List. Now, as we say, there is a list for everything, and we're going to find them all. Daily List covers all the lists from the best of to the worst of. And today's topic is Top 10 Failed Technologies of the 2000s. Oh, you remember back then, about 20 years ago, so much new technology was coming out, and some of it has stood the test of time. A lot of it is still around today, but there were quite a few failures. Can you guess any? I'll give you a hint. One of them, you have to wear a special type of glasses for. You know what that is? I'll let you know later on. That's in hour two. We also have Tomorrow Today, where we share stories of advancements from various fields to let us know what our future holds. And today, ChatGPT is getting chattier, apparently, with advanced voice mode. And then, topping off or finishing off the show, we'll have Perfect Playlist, where we pick the best songs for every situation, and this week's theme is the British invasion, so it's definitely a great week for music, if I might say so myself. I'll be checking your messages throughout the day, and one way you can message in, or one reason I'll give you to message in, will be our text topic. 네, 오늘의 텍스트 토픽입니다. What features of your smartphone do you like the most? What features of your smartphone do you like the most? 스마트폰의 어떤 기능이 가장 마음에 드시나요? Maybe it's the camera. Maybe you're a photographer and you love the camera. Maybe you love the large screen, so you watch a lot of movies. Maybe the calculator because you're a math student. Let me know You can send your messages to pound 9050, 샵 9910, which will cost you 101, or a Kakao Talk message, just search for BEFM or Busan 영어방송 in Korean. You can also search for the smartphone app, just search the same thing in any app store. We've got some messages coming in, which is, let's have a look. We've got Choi Sung-nim, hello, saying, it's pouring down here in my region. The sound of thunder is scary. Oh, it's raining in Pohang. But Pohang's not even that far away from Busan. I hope you're staying dry, stay inside, and if there's thunder, there's probably lightning maybe. Just stay inside and don't use an umbrella because, it channels electricity. Please stay safe. We also have Soinem on YouTube Live saying, good afternoon, Hattapyeong. Welcome back to the show, Soinem, my friend. I'm very happy to see you again. It's going to be a great show, so stick around. Miok Stelinim as well saying, good afternoon, Nick. I just finished packing for my trip to Singapore tomorrow, and I'm really excited. Oh, that's amazing. I would love to visit Singapore. I'll be visiting Busan at the end of the month. It's been such a long time. Thanks to BEFM, I feel more connected to Busan. That's amazing. Oh, you have the travel bug right now. Oh, I hope you have a wonderful time in Singapore. I hear their chili, I think it's chili crab. I watched a video on it a while ago, but the crab and the seafood in Singapore, I hear, is really, really good. Very, very expensive, but very good. So if you get the chance, 한번 드셔보세요. And I hope you have a wonderful time. Before we move on, I do want to let you know that there is a heat wave warning currently right now, which I'm about to read you. So currently a heat wave warning is in effect in most parts of the country. Avoid outdoor activities as much as possible. When going out, wear light clothing, a wide-brimmed hat, and carry a water bottle. At construction sites, strictly adhere to heat safety rules such as water, shade, rest, and actively implement the heatwave break time system during the hottest hours. Thoroughly prepare for the heat wave, such as drinking enough water and having a short break. If you have any symptoms such as dizziness, nausea, or headaches, use a cool place to rest. Everyone, please be advised, it is hot. I know the sun isn't exactly out right now in Busan, but it's still very hot, so please stay safe. All right, let's kick off this show officially with our second song. This is Swimming Pool Summer by Capital Cities. We just listened to Swimming Pool Summer by Capital Cities, and I really liked was it the chorus? I think it was the chorus singing, I can't escape the heat. Right now, it's definitely very difficult to escape the heat unless you head on inside, but even then, you got to head outside at some point, the heat comes back. But we can just resist until it starts getting cooler. Please stay cool, everyone, as well. It's now time for Hot Off the Press. From Monday to Friday, we bring the newest, hottest tracks from the world of music. Now, a lot of songs are released, of course, every single week, and we'll choose the best ones and introduce them to you. Our first song we're going to be going over is Almost Killed Me by Sam Tompkins. Now, highly acclaimed British singer-songwriter Sam Tompkins has released his debut album, Hi, My Name is Insecure. Very interesting album name. The album is the sum of years of hard work from Sam as he builds his dream body of work, incorporating tracks which are already fan favourites alongside exciting new material. Now, the title of the album, like we said, Hi, My Name is Insecure, it speaks to Sam's more introverted side. As he explains, I really like being in the company of my friends, but if you take me out of my comfort zone and have me hang out at a party or an event or whatever, I just go inside myself and I find any excuse to get out of it. Now, I think a lot of us maybe feel the same way. If you're at a party, unless you're an extrovert, but if you're like me or like this Sam Tompkins, Tompkins, and if you're more of an introverted person, 내성적인 사람이라면, you kind of don't like parties very much, or you don't like talking to a lot of people, so I guess this song will speak to you. Our second song is Something by Libby Whitehouse. Now, Libby Whitehouse is a 23-year-old Brighton-based pop singer. Brighton is in I think the southern part of the UK. She's a singer-songwriter, and a previous single, Fired, comes after OMG, which was released back in February. It's currently nearing 300,000 streams on a certain music streaming website. But both tracks are set to be on her debut EP that's releasing later this year. And I really like the names of her singles, Fired and OMG. I think it really I don't want to sound like an old man, but it really sounds kind of like Gen Z-ish. I love it. It sounds great. OMG, I'm fired. Maybe all of the songs are telling a story. Now, sharing what she wants to inspire in those that listen to her music, Libby stated, I want my music to be a safe space for people to celebrate life, to express themselves, to celebrate who you love, including yourself, dress how you want to dress, and be unapologetically you. It's also important to me that I encourage my fans to stand up for themselves and to do what makes them happy, no matter what anyone else thinks. I really like that message, and hopefully you will like these two songs. That is what it's going to be for Hot Off the Press. So we're going to listen to two songs in a row, Almost Killed Me by Sam Tompkins and Something by Libby Whitehouse. It is now officially time for Officially Amazing. That's a pretty good way to say it, right? But just before that, I'm going to let you know some of the things that are going on today. We just listened to Almost Killed Me by Sam Tompkins and Something by Libby Whitehouse. Our question of the day, our text topic is, what features of your smartphone do you like the most? 네, 스마트폰의 어떤 기능이 가장 마음에 드세요? What do you like most? It could be anything that your phone offers. Maybe you have a special phone that does something that my phone doesn't, or maybe you just like the big screen. Let me know. Pound 9050, 샵 9050, which will cost you 101, or a Kakao Talk message. You can also search for BEFM 부산영어방송 in Korean on the App Store as well. To download the BEFM app, that way you can actually listen to the music, which you can't do on YouTube right now because of copyright issues, unfortunately. All right, coming up next, officially now, is Officially Amazing with Melissa. We'll be right back. It is now officially time for Officially Amazing, and this segment is family focused, apparently, bringing you stories of amazing people, accomplishments, or feats from today and years gone by. And to introduce all of this is Melissa in the studio. Hello.
Hello. It is good to be back. Very exciting week of sports, if you're into sports fans.
I do like sports, yes. And
playing, watching, both.
I'm a bit older these days, so playing isn't as easy for me. But watching for sure. When I was young, I loved playing sports.
Right? It's so exciting. And then it's kind of shocking how fast our bodies degrade, right?
Yeah.
Because, when you're late 20s, when you're early 30s, you're still very young. But man, your body is like,
I know.
You enjoyed this as a child, guess what? Out of time. No, I say no to this activity.
Too late now. But you know what? Actually, I find water sports like surfing and swimming, they're actually still quite easy on the body at this age.
Right, because the water is kind of cushioning, right?
Yeah.
You don't get the hard blows like you would if you're falling, landing on the ground.
Yeah, we live in a good city for that.
Yes,
sure.
absolutely.
So I guess sports, is every week, is it about sports, or is it because it's the Olympics going on now?
It's because of the Olympics, right? We are now into week 2, and because the Summer Games, they only happen once every 4 years, so I wanted to talk about the buzziest moments so far and some of the perhaps unexpected stars, the amazing athletes of the games so far. So I want to start with amazing women from right here in Korea who competed in the 10-meter air pistol event. Did you see this event, Nick?
I saw the memes.
You saw the memes. Okay.
It's 2024. You see the memes, not the actual event these days, right?
Yes, right. So this, I don't often watch the air pistol event, but it was something that, because these days I try to just watch TV and just see, what Olympic event is on live. And whatever's on, I'm watching it. And so it just happened to be 10-meter air pistol. The focus was definitely on Oh Ye-jin, who won the event. She's just 19.
Wow.
But we shouldn't overlook the other Korean woman competing in the air pistol shooting.
Right, the movie star.
The movie star, 31-year-old Kim Ye-ji. She won the silver medal just behind her much younger teammate. But, like you said, Kim Ye-ji won over social media, the memes,
Right.
the everything. If aura points resulted in an Olympic medal, it would be gold for Kim Ye-ji.
For sure. I think Elon Musk tweeted about her saying she should be in a movie or something.
Absolutely, right? I mean, well, of course, she's a talented shooter, right? So she gets, the sports credit for that. 25-meter air pistol shooting event is her specialty, but obviously she's good in the 10-meter as well, right? She got the silver medal. But she actually broke a world record back in May at the Baku World Cup.
Oh.
And it was footage from that event that went viral. So the memes you saw, probably from that World Cup that she won. Yes.
That's deceptive. I thought it was from the Olympics.
She looks very similar, though. If you saw her Olympic fashion, especially her stance.
The nonchalantness.
Yes. Exactly. That's what people love. So if you haven't seen it, in this viral video, Yeji, she shoots, she breaks the world record, very casually flips the blocker lens over her left eye. She flips it up, stares dead into the camera, probably to check if she broke that record or not. She broke the record, no reaction.
You know, she's like a cold assassin.
Yes, right? And that's where we get the memes from. So it's a cool video.
I remember. So the two people that stole the shooting were her and the Turkish guy. Did you see the Turkish guy? He was.
I've seen a little bit of him.
He was the polar opposite to Kim Ye-ji, but just as cool, if not slightly cooler, because he was just like 동네 아저씨.
Yes, he didn't wear the special glasses, right? He just wore his regular prescription glasses.
He came in, put his hand in his pocket. He looked bored, and he just kind of like aimed. He was just like, and just shot and got silver medal as well. So these two polar opposites, but they both stole this section of the Olympics, I think.
Yes, they absolutely did. And Yeji, you really have to note her style. This is what everybody is commenting online. So let me just say, good job, Team Korea, for choosing these tracksuits for the athletes. People online love not only the sportswear, but Yeji's choice to zip it all the way up. Because a lot of athletes, because it's hot, right? They have it unzipped or whatever, zipped it all the way up. Also, you know, every shooter wears glasses except for that Turkish shooter, which you talked about. He's a very notable exception.
Yes.
But Yeji's are apparently tinted much darker than everyone else's. I didn't notice this.
Her eyesight's too good.
You want to block off the one non-dominant eye. For her, it's the left, so that they can focus better on the target.
Okay.
So everybody has shading of their eye somehow, but hers is darker apparently, and so it makes her cooler. She has her short ponytail. I also noticed this. I loved her hairstyle. Short ponytail sticking out the back of her baseball cap, very on point. And for me personally, I love her elephant plushie she's got attached to a towel hanging from her training pants. That's cute.
It's from a daughter, isn't it?
Yes, that's what people are saying, to remind her of her 5-year-old daughter. It's cute, and it's ironic considering the rest of her appearance, her expressionless face. So the magazine GQ, they ran the headline, "First-time Olympian took the range looking like an ultra-contemporary sci-fi assassin." Yes.
It totally works. She does look like a cyborg. The thing is, she looks so cool and so cold when she's shooting, but later in the interview, she's so smiley, bubbly, happy. It just shows that she's really in the zone when she's taking her shot. We had Miok Stelinim sending us a message on KakaoTalk, so you can't see here, but she sent us Kim Ye-ji. And the Turkish shooter, his name was Yusuf Dikech, and they're next to each other, both with their opposite shooting styles. And there's the caption saying, "Choose your shooter."
I would choose Yeji because it's cool.
I think for the chance of winning, I'd choose Kim Ye-ji. for the memes, I'd choose Yusuf, I think. Brilliant.
Right.
I mean, it's great to be told you look like an assassin. I think it is. For an Olympic event, at least.
Yes, because it is a shooting event. So other social media posts, they were claiming Yeji brings main character energy. They racked up more than 28 million views in just one day.
Ooh.
And like you mentioned earlier, even Elon Musk took to social media with a post saying it would be cool to have a shooting world champion in an action movie.
Yeah.
Can we make it happen, right? This is like, because she's 31. So for the Olympics, for shooting, there's like less of an age restriction because it's not requiring like flexibility so much.
Well, most of the darts champions are quite old. They have, kind of beer bellies and things like that. So accuracy sports and, baseball stars as well, they're usually kind of out of shape from what I see.
Compared to other sports, if you compare it to like Chejo, gymnastics, totally impossible, right? Simone Biles, age 27. People are like, hey, she's a grandma. She's 27. But but this one, I mean, let's make it happen. But last Friday, New York Times proclaimed Kim Ye-ji was Paris Olympics' coolest athlete. And I'd have to agree. If you're still not convinced Yeji earned her title as main character / sci-fi assassin / coolest athlete, let me change your mind with this one last fact. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Kim Yeji officially listed her hobby as sleeping. I love her.
Sleeping and shooting.
Yes.
Wake up!
I mean, she has a 5-year-old, so, I mean, she obviously needs some sleep.
And she's very protective.
Yeah. Oh,
There you go. That's perfect.
Sounds like the main character of a movie. Somebody.
You know, it's amazing that she's getting this recognition, and she was super cool. I do feel a little bit bad for Oh Ye-jin, who got the gold medal, but more people know Kim Ye-ji's name. So I guess sometimes it's style over results.
Yes.
Yeah.
But, you know, Oh Ye-jin, she is only 19 years old. So I would predict she has many more years in this sport. That is not the last we've heard of her. So I hope she's not feeling too bad
She's got
about
time to
her
coolify.
teammate. Yes. She's got some time. Yes.
Brilliant. All right, this is really good. So we're going to take a song break, but then we'll be back with some more officially amazing. We're going to listen to a song. This is Better Snoop Dogg, Drop It Like It's Hot. That was Drop It Like It's Hot by Snoop Dogg. I'm hesitating because I just remember it from my childhood. It's weird to say it's a childhood song for me.
It shows your age. Yes.
Oh, yeah, it does, doesn't it? But, I was a young teenager, thinking I was cool, clicking along. Used to sing along
that's
like
some
that.
good clicking you got there.
Yes. Anyway, we're back on Officially Amazing. We're with Melissa talking about amazing people from the Paris Olympics so far. We've talked about Kim Ye-ji, the shooter, and how she's a cool assassin-like athlete. Who are we going to talk about next?
Well, he's not an athlete, but he became Team USA's #1 hype man, and we just heard him in that song. Snoop Dogg is who we're talking about. So the rapper was one of the Olympic torch bearers. You might have seen him in the Olympic torch relay. Yeah. And since he's been spotted at numerous Paris events wearing T-shirts featuring the photos of American athletes he's there to cheer on. And I mean, it's not like a small photo. It is the biggest, most ridiculous looking T-shirt for each athlete you could possibly imagine. And he even had his own Olympic pins made to trade with other collectors in the stadiums.
I would never have guessed Snoop Dogg for being an Olympic fan, especially to go become a torchbearer and support all the athletes as well. Mm-hmm. It's incredible.
Yes, it really is. And that's one of the interesting things I've learned when he was doing interviews for this special Olympics kind of coverage. He was saying some surprising things, and one of the things was he said, I love all genres of music and I love all the Olympics, the Olympic sports. So he's just there and excited, just like we imagine, as kids when you're watching the Olympics at home on TV, like, wow, it's amazing. Yeah. Wow, this is amazing. That's Snoop Dogg.
That's amazing.
Pretty much.
When I was a kid, I would collect stickers of sports events, but with the Olympics, it's about pins, right?
Yes.
And so this is a huge part of excitement for fans.
It is, and Snoop Dogg's pin is one of the most highly coveted of this Olympics. And it's not just Snoop Dogg's pins people want, it's his commentary.
Oh.
The rapper was made a special NBC broadcasting correspondent for the games, and he's really good at getting people excited for sports they might not normally want to watch.
Oh, so he's not going for the typical, soccer, American football kind of fast-paced broadcasting. He goes for kind of unconventional sports that people might find slow and a bit tedious.
Yes, so especially if we're thinking of, he did a long-distance cycling race, the bicycle race. He was doing commentary for that. He was doing some commentary for different running events. And for this specific example, we have badminton. It's not really very popular to watch in the U.S. As a result, it's typically broadcast at 3 a.m. or some really off time.
The poor athletes.
But, America sent more than 600 athletes, so, it's kind of hard to show everything prime time. But thanks to Snoop Dogg, everyone wanted to watch U.S. versus China men's double match. Take a listen to Snoop's badminton commentary.
Oh, I love this badminton right here. This is a great rally right here between China and the U.S. right here. As you see, it don't stop to the casket drop. They rocking and rolling, back and forth. Give me that. No, I need that. No, over here. No, over there. What about over there? No, what about there? No, give me that. I need that. That too. No, sit down somewhere. Get out. Wait a minute. Hold it way up in the sky. Now down. Back up. Over there. Now over here. Get out the way. Move. I told you we need that. That was a good point.
And that was Hot Off the Press, where we bring the newest, trendiest songs. This was by Snoop Dogg, the Olympic coverage. That was great. And
right?
The way they added that kind of beat in the background, it sounded like a new album from Snoop Dogg.
Yes, it really does. And I mean, you think, it's not that hard to say, give me that. No, I need that. Over here, over there. How about over there? But actually, when you're trying to keep up, badminton players are so fast at the Olympics. When I play badminton, it is slow. Hit, woo,
wait,
hit, woo.
Because the shuttlecock is just so feathery, it just kind of floats when I do it. But with them, it's bang, bang.
Bang, bang. It's so fast. And Snoop Dogg, because he's a rapper, he really he fits that commentary in there so fast. And it seems easy, but really, next time you're watching badminton or ping pong, try to just give commentary with every hit like Snoop did. Wow, so hard, so impressive, and hilarious.
So it's a good way to get people interested in sports that are under the radar. I guess you could call Snoop Dogg the underdog supporter.
Ooh, I like that.
I've been brewing for about 3 minutes that way.
I love it, right? Yeah, it did get many people interested in the U.S. and watching badminton because of Snoop Dogg. And so then I'm curious, like, what makes you watch a sport? People are watching badminton in the U.S. because of Snoop Dogg's commentary.
Right.
Are you watching, like, because maybe you have experience playing, or is there something that makes you want to watch?
I watch because anything that's adrenaline pumping, I like. I don't know if it's just in my DNA, but I just, for example, my favorite sport, it's not in the Olympics, it's Formula One. It's racing, so it's racing,
car racing.
But the commentary is incredibly fast, and the cars are very fast. So anything that just gets my adrenaline pumping, gets me shaking in my seat, I like that. But if Snoop Dogg was commentating on that, I would enjoy it tenfold.
Okay.
I definitely would.
I imagine with Olympic sports, maybe you'd be into like the skateboarding, like BMX riding. That's also very action-packed.
Even 100-meter dash. Short, quick, like a bullet. I love it. Yeah. What about you? Are you the same?
So I love acrobatics. So I love flipping. I love jumping. I watched synchronized diving over the weekend. China, absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
It was mind-blowing how great they were. People, again, meme-worthy when the Chinese divers, they flip, again, synchronized. Two divers must be at the same time. They're so in sync. They go into the water, and the meme said the water forgot to splash for China. Because
so smooth.
They're so smooth. Like the water, it's just like a little bubble.
I'll tell you, when anything is synchronized as well as that, it's satisfying. It's like watching like cheese be cut. It's so satisfying, right?
Yes, they're so good.
Yeah.
And, I'm always going to watch women gymnastics. Jump high, fly big. It's exciting, like the adrenaline that you talked about. I love that. Yeah. So Romanian gymnastics, not just American gymnastics, their team made it into the team final last week. Super exciting to see and watch them. So I love gymnastics.
Brilliant. We got Soinim saying 재밌네요. Yeah, it's definitely quite fun as well. I agree. Mioxdelinem saying, yeah, F1. She's also a fellow F1 fan.
Okay.
They need to make an Olympic
race.
event for that.
Yeah, I mean,
huge track.
If golf is in the Olympics, why not put in F1? It's in the Olympics. It's controversial. Why is golf in the Olympics? Why not just put F1 in there too?
Yeah, don't discriminate.
Yes.
This is great. So before we finish up, I heard that there's something peculiar about a certain team, sponsorship, I guess.
Yes. So I told you I love gymnastics. I love seeing the Italian team. They really stepped up this year in the team competition. Love their team captain, Alice D'Amato. But there's another reason to love Italian gymnasts. One team member, Giorgia Villa, had a, quote, synergistic sponsorship with none other than a Parmesan cheese company.
Oh, sponsored by cheese.
Sponsored by cheese. I mean, it's another reason to love the Italians. This gymnast, she's an Olympic silver medalist, by the way.
Okay.
She is in ads on the balance beam holding huge wheels. We're talking like 20 kgs plus of Parmesan. New gymnastics motto, powered by Parmesan.
It's very interesting. Usually sports stars, they'll be sponsored by power drinks.
Yes.
Energy blasts and motorbikes. But a big block of Parmesan cheese, I do love cheese, so.
Right? It's this, like, she is living the dream. It's the definition of success in my book, to be sponsored by a cheese company.
Yeah.
It does not get better than that.
Though, because Parmesan and cheese is so synonymous with Italy, it's like England being sponsored by fish and chips, Korea being sponsored by kimchi. It's almost so stereotypical.
but
It's great, though.
it's great. It's fantastic. I mean, I love it. And people online, again, this gymnast, she is huge. Georgia Vila, again, her name. Search for those. It's great.
Brilliant.
Powered by Parmesan.
I'm going to buy that brand. Yeah. Well, it's great because the Olympics, we've got another couple of weeks left, and then the Paralympics will be on as well. So
Yes.
a lot more sporting fever this season. Can't wait for the rest. Thank you for bringing this to us, Melissa.
It is always my pleasure.
All right, we're going to wrap up the first half here, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back in hour 2 very, very soon. This is Lately by Rufus Du Sol.
BEFM 부산영어방송.
혹시 지금 운전 중이신가요? 어린이 교통사고 피해자 수는 지난 3년 평균 약 9만 명. 특히 어린이 보호구역 안전 기준이 강화된 이후에도 어린이 보호구역 내 사고는 지속적으로 발생하고 있습니다. 스쿨존에서는 반드시 시속 30km 이하 서행, 스쿨존 내 불법 주정차 금지, 차량 출발 전 앞뒤 좌우 살피는 습관으로 어린이가 안전한 도시를 만듭니다. 참, 운전 중 휴대전화 사용은 모두에게 위험합니다. 우리 모두를 위한 교통안전, 나부터 실천하면 모두가 안전해집니다. 어린이가 안전하게 뛰어놀 수 있는 부산. 아이 키우기 좋은 도시는 우리 모두의 미래이자 희망입니다. 이 캠페인은 어린이가 안전한 부산을 만드는 은행, B&K 부산은행과 함께합니다.
부산영어 방송에서는 글로벌 허브 도시 부산의 차세대 글로벌 리더들을 위한 청소년 영어 말하기 대회를 개최합니다.
BFM has organized the English Speech Contest for the next leaders of the global hub city, Busan.
전통이 숨쉬는 문화교육 특구, 동래구의 청소년 홍보대사들이 이야기하는 세계 속의 도시로 발돋움할 동네는 어떤 모습일까요?
From the inspiring stories of the final 10 students of Donghaegu, one of the representative cities in Busan, we can draw the future of Donghae as well look forward to the bright future of the global hub city, Busan.
치열한 예선을 거쳐 선발된 최종 10명의 본선 대결. 그리고 참가 학생 모두가 함께 도전하는 팀 대항 퀴즈를 통해 지역 청소년들이 꿈꾸는 동네와 부산의 미래를 그려봅니다.
We invite you to the Donghaegu English Speech Contest with BFM, the finals.
8월 24일 오후 2시 부산교육대학교에서 열리는 부산영어방송과 함께하는 동래구 영어 말하기 대회에 여러분의 많은 관심 부탁드립니다.
This event is hosted by Donghae District Office and organized by BFM, 부산영어방송.
The time is now 3 o'clock.
Wow, that song for me was a blast from the fairly recent past. That was a party rock anthem by LMFAO. In case you didn't know, LMFAO, the name of the group, the band who sung this, is an acronym, 약자입니다. 이 social media에서 잘 쓰이는 약자인데요. I can't say it here because it's a rude word. It's laughing my off, so maybe research it. But it just means like, if you're using it online, it means like 그런 뜻입니다. But this is it's a great song because it just reminds me of my university days. You know, it came out in 2011, so I was just in the middle of my university time, and I'd go partying and clubbing sometimes as a young student. And when this song came out, everyone on the dance floor just went crazy, and I just have so many good memories with this song. Now, it was a single by the Los Angeles electro-hop duo, LMFAO. It released in January of 2011, and the song spotlights shuffling. Every day I'm shuffling, which LMFAO's Red Fu said in an interview is part of Sorry for Party Rocking's focus on dance in general. He said that before we just kind of partied and had some personal moves, but now there's dances out there that people are doing. And shuffling is one that really caught my eye. It felt so good when I was doing it, so we just kind of made that song about shuffling. Shuffling, it's like moving, but kind of like slowly, and you're not moving your arms or legs in a big motion, just kind of slowly moving, I guess. A type of dance as well. Anyone remember this song, or am I getting old now? Anyway, welcome to the show, everyone. You're listening to 2 p.m. Reboot. This is the second half. My name is Nick, covering for Casey. And you're listening to us on BEFM 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM in the Kijang, Dongguan and Noksan areas. You can also listen in Seoul at TBS EFM 101.3 FM and GGN Gwangju 98.7 FM. I've got quite a few messages coming in, which is great to see. Soinim as well, saying how they get past the music blocking on YouTube, saying 라디오로 듣고 있고 댓글 달려고 유튜브 킨 거라 음악이 잘 들려요. 감사합니다. That's a great way to do it. Listen through the radio, and if you want to do a YouTube Live message and see the studio, you can use YouTube Live. Very good, very good. Chaesung-nim also saying, mentioning the gymnastics. We were talking about it with Melissa in the first half. She said gymnasts made mistakes. They fell off the deck. I didn't see it, but I heard from Melissa during the song break. She said that Simone Biles, the American gymnast, she won a few gold medals, but apparently she did quite a big tumble and fell off the deck, which must hurt. It's a very dangerous sport. I can never do it myself, but props to them for being so flexible. Anyway, keep messaging in. There's lots to get involved with. In hour 2, we have Daily List. There's a list for everything, and we're going to find them all. Daily List covers all the lists from the best of to the worst of. And today's topic is Top 10 Failed Technologies of the 2000s. It's going to be quite interesting because today we're also talking a bit about technology. Today is coming up next, where we share stories of advancements from various fields to let us know what our future holds. And this time, ChatGPT is getting chattier with advanced voice mode. Perfect Playlist follows that, where we pick the best songs for every situation, and I'll be checking your messages, of course, throughout the show. One reason for you to message in, one thing you can get involved with, is today's text topic. Let me hear your opinion. 오늘의 text topic입니다. What features of your smartphone do you like the most? 스마트폰의 어떤 기능이 가장 마음에 드시나요? What do you use the most? Send your answers to pound 9050, 샵 9050, which will cost you 101, or a Kakao Talk message. Search for BEFM or 부산영어방송 in Korean. You can also search for the same thing in the App Store to download the BEFM app, and that way you can also listen to all of the music as well. Chaesung-nim also gave us what she believes, in her opinion, is her best feature on a phone. She says, I think Kakao Talk is the most useful for me because I can use it for texting and phone calls. For real. Yeah, Kakao Talk is, in Korea, one of the most useful apps on a phone. You can't get by without it. Everything is done through this. You know, they do banking on the stuff as well. But it's only in Korea, right? In England, we use I don't want to say any names. I guess I said KakaoTalk, but still, in England and in America and in Europe, we use WhatsApp, right? It's basically the Western version of KakaoTalk. It's a similar thing, but with less features. There's no bank on it, as far as I'm aware. There are no 선물함 같은 것도 없고요. It's quite a raw version of KakaoTalk, but that's great. I definitely feel it is a useful app on phones, especially in Korea. All right, we're going to take a song break and then we'll be back with Daily List. This is a song request by Soinem, Disco 2000 by Pulp. We just listened to Disco 2000 by Pulp. That was a request by Soinim. And you know what, Soinim? I listened to that, and when I heard the chorus, let's all meet up in the year 2000, I felt like shivers, because I used to listen to that song when I was in high school with my friend. In England in the 2000s, it was all the indie Britpop kind of, the neutro, the retro had come back. And so I would listen to this with my friends all the time. And it's good memories. Thank you very much for that song request. I loved it. I loved it indeed. Anyway, welcome back, everyone. The time is now 3:15 in the afternoon. It is time for Daily List. There's a list for everything, and we're going to find as much as we can. And this daily list today is failed technologies of the 2000s. The 2000s was a very innovative time, right? We just crossed into the new millennium, and lots of technology fails as well as successes. So for this list, we're looking at emerging technologies and products that kind of crashed and burned in the early 21st century. I'm going to let you know. Probably I'll start with the one that I think personally is the biggest failure of technology in the 2000s. It was 3D televisions. You remember that? You remember 3D televisions in like 2000 and I don't know when, 2006, 2007 to 2012, like 3D televisions were being sold. They would sell them with the glasses, and it was kind of cool. You'd put the glasses on and things would appear to come out of the TV, but then they just disappeared. I guess not enough people were buying them, right? And there was a time when 3D entertainment was restricted to cheesy special effects, augmented by the red and blue, remember? The red and blue paper glasses. But as this stereoscopic technology emerged, the far better 3D movie experience arrived. Unfortunately, it was a massive fail. It started with a lack of cohesion amongst different TV manufacturers when it came to the home-based technology. Glasses were not always available with every 3D TV, and then when they did work, it wasn't really the same as being in the movie theater, right? So it kind of failed. When I was just before I came to Korea, I worked in a 백화점 selling TVs. And I remember selling these TVs going, yeah, this one, it's got the latest 3D technology. Look at it, try it, it's really cool. And the customers would say, wow, it's so cool. And they'd buy it. And now I feel kind of like a con artist because it died out and no one buys them anymore. So there you go. But that's one of the biggest fails of technology from the 2000s. Next up is niche social networks. Right now we have the big social networks, right, like 얼굴책 and Insta땡, right? These big ones, and TikTok, which have taken over the internet. But a long time ago, in the early 2000s, there were some very unique social networks that tried to go niche, such as Ping, Daily Booth, Friend Feed, and many others. They were quite unique, but the same ideals that birthed them were also their undoing. While already dealing with a smaller user base, they just couldn't compete with those who had become big fish, basically. And that kind of brings me on to the original social media networks as well. You remember, I know in Korea, it was Cyberworld, right? That was the big thing back in the day. And I saw it a couple of times as well. In Korea, it was Cyberworld, but nobody, I believe, uses that anymore. In the Western world, it was MySpace, Weibo, things like that. I used to love MySpace because you could put your own music there. But now they've died out and everyone just uses the 3 or 4 major social media platforms right now. But still, the creator of MySpace, I think he made a lot of money in that short space of time as well. So props to him. Next up, we have Segways. Do you remember Segways? Segways, the 2-wheeled balancing mobiles, right? It's actually a brand name, but I don't know what the actual device is called. But it was introduced in 2001, so 23 years ago. Some people thought it's the future of travel and mobility, right? It's a new personal transportation technology. Now gone are the days of horse and cart. Cars, bikes, things of the past. Everyone's going to be riding a Segway. But I haven't seen anyone ride a Segway in about 10 years. The last time I rode a Segway myself was in Andong. I went to the village, that very beautiful village, right? Well, 하회 문화마을. I went there and I rode a Segway around the village, and it was really cool. But I haven't seen anyone on a Segway since then. There are those hoverboards, right? Kind of similar, but a little bit different. Anyway, we've got also, what else have we got here? We've got smart glasses. Who remembers that, right? Smart glasses. Even before Google Glass came and went, other attempts were made to give us high-tech glasses. So what about a wearable DVD player? Or maybe you'd like a pair of shades that help you resemble a Borg from Star Trek. Whether it was trying to put a computer on your face or simply to provide a means to consume media, attempts at developing smart glasses have failed to catch on. Clunky designs, terrible interfaces, and the worst kind of fashion fails have doomed this trend, at least so far. Yeah, lots and lots of fails in the technologies. I've got a list here. I'm trying to find the most interesting ones. Okay, I've got one more. We've got time for another one. Netbooks. Did anyone use a netbook? Remember, back in the day, laptops were kind of big, they were kind of clunky. And then they made these netbooks about 15 years ago, which were tiny, and they ran on the Google Chrome operating system, not Windows. They were tiny, and they were introduced as the new personal, studying, work, little laptops. Haven't seen a netbook in years now. Everyone uses tablets, right? Everyone uses tablets or just really powerful, small laptops as well. I did have a netbook, but I got rid of it quickly when I realized I couldn't install Windows apps on it as well. So yeah, netbooks, they're gone. As well as optical disc formats, the CDs replaced tape cassettes. They were the big thing, right? But there was also a new kind of optical disc called data play. It was released in 2002, but it didn't catch on. It fizzled out. And, I've got one. It's not on the list, but do you remember Blu-ray? Right? I think Blu-ray is still around, but no one uses Blu-ray, right? Blu-ray came out, some people bought the discs, but now because at around that time, everything started going onto digital media, right? Online streaming. So, I don't know, Blu-ray, it was a bit of a wasted medium. It didn't really take off, I think. Do you have any more? Is there any that you feel failed of the 2000s? Because there were definitely a lot. And I'm sure there's stuff being invented these days that are also failing all the time. Well, that was today's daily list, going over some interesting failed technologies of the 2000s. We're going to take a song break. This was a request by Myeokstele Yinim. I Want to Dance with Somebody by Whitney Houston. Welcome back to the show, everybody. It's 3:27 in the afternoon. We did just listen to a request song from Mioksteliin, which was I Wanna Dance With Somebody by Whitney Houston. A classic right there. Gotta love a bit of Whitney. And they also, Miok also said, answering today's text topic, I asked you, what is your favorite feature of the smartphone? Because everyone has different preferences, right? 오늘의 토픽은 What features of your smartphone do you like the most? 스마트폰의 어떤 기능이 가장 마음에 드시나요? 오늘의 텍스트 토픽이었는데요. 미옥셀리님 says, I like the object eraser tool, which lets me instantly remove objects or people from my photos. That's a very advanced tool, I think. Does that come on your phone? Is that like one of the original, 기본 기능? You have a pretty good phone. Or maybe it's an app that you downloaded separately. But still, it's very useful, right? If you got someone in your background of your picture, you don't want them there. Maybe an ex-boyfriend or an ex-girlfriend. You like the picture, but you don't like the person. Bye-bye. You can just get rid of them. A very useful feature. Yeah. Anyone else, let me know your favorite features. We've got some messages coming in. We have Mina Linim coming in on YouTube Live. Hello, welcome to the show. Thank you for your lovely comment as well. Soinem as well, saying Britpop 최고. I'm really glad you like it. I'm a big fan too. I like your music taste, Soinem, my friend. We also have 9870번님, a new messenger. Welcome to the show, saying English dictionary to find out some unknown vocabulary at the moment. So you're saying you're listening to the show to find some unknown words, some new words. Hopefully you get to gain a lot of vocabulary while listening to this show. And, it's great to study while listening to things like this. So thank you for joining in, my friend. Anyway, let's move on to our next segment. It is time for Tomorrow, Today. It sounds like a sci-fi movie, right? This is basically a segment where I share stories of advancements from various fields to let us know what our future holds. Today, it's about ChatGPT. Yeah, it's been the talk of the town for the past, 2-3 years, maybe. 2 years? Maybe. Anyway, ChatGPT used to be all about words and text, right? But now it's getting chattier with advanced voice mode. So OpenAI, who created ChatGPT, they stunned users when they demonstrated an updated voice mode for the most advanced version of ChatGPT earlier this year. Now, far from the kind of robotic voice that people have come to associate with digital assistants like Alexa or Siri, the ChatGPT advanced voice mode, it sounds remarkably lifelike. Apparently, it responds in real time with no delay. It can adjust to being interrupted, and kind of creepily, it can make giggling noises when a user makes a joke. Isn't that weird? You make a joke and it does a fake robotic giggle. It can also judge a speaker's emotional state based on their tone of voice, and apparently during the initial demo, it sounded like Scarlett Johansson. Have you seen the movie Her? Right, Her라는 영화가 있는데요. Scarlett Johansson and Walking Phoenix. Scarlett Johansson plays the operating system on the phone. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. I bet a lot of people would use it with Scarlett Johansson's voice. She has a very good voice. Now, starting on today, advanced voice mode, which works with the most powerful version of the chatbot, or ChatGPT 4.0, and 4.0 standing for Omni, it will begin rolling out to paid users. So it's not free, you have to use the paid version. Advanced voice mode will start rolling out to a small group of subscribers to the app's Plus mode, with the aim of making it available to all Plus users by autumn. That's very soon. So this is a step towards a much more natural human-computer interaction. It accepts as many input combination of text, audio, image, and video, and generates any combination of text, audio, and image outputs. You can respond to audio inputs in as little as 232 milliseconds, with an average of 320 milliseconds, which is similar to human response time in a conversation. Isn't that crazy? So ChatGPT does have a less sophisticated voice mode already, but the rollout of a more advanced voice mode, it could mark a major turning point for OpenAI. It's scary because I do a lot of voice work. I'm on radio. I do some voiceovers. It means I'm probably going to lose my job in the next 10 years. I don't know if radio will be taken over. I hope not. But now that AI can laugh, make jokes, have the inflections of a human being, you might see a robot here in less than 5 years. Who knows? I hope not, but who knows? Anyway, introducing a more advanced voice mode for ChatGPT also comes with big questions. Aside from ethical, of course, will the tool reliably understand what users are trying to say, even if they have speech differences? Have you seen the advertisement of, Amateng has that Alexa, right? And it understands American people, it understands English people, it has a hard time understanding Scottish people. 이 발음이 너무 달라가지고 it can't understand Scottish people. And there's a really funny video on social media showing Scottish people trying to talk to this AI, and it can't understand them. So that's the real test. Can you understand our lovely Scottish brethren? Now, OpenAI initially said that it planned to begin this advanced voice mode rollout in June, but they said they needed 1 more month to reach their bar to launch, to test the tool's safety and ensure it can be used by millions of people while still maintaining real-life responses. And it's got safety features as well. The company said voice mode won't be able to use voices beyond 4 preset options that it created in collaboration with voice actors, so that it avoids impersonation, right? So you don't always have a celebrity voice. You don't rip anyone's voice and use it without paying them. It also blocks certain requests that aim to generate music or other copyrighted audio as well. And OpenAI says the tool will also have the same protections as ChatGPT's text mode to prevent it from generating illegal or harmful content. And I think that is very, very important. Very interesting for today's Tomorrow Today. AI will soon have a voice, and I bet not long after that, it'll have a physical form too, right? Interesting stuff. The future is amazing, but scary as well. Let's take a song break. This is a classic. This is Born Slippy by Underworld. But we're going to read... my producer is pointing at me frantically. We're not going to listen to that. We're going to listen to another song. This is Everybody Have Fun Tonight by Wang Chung. We just listened to Everybody Have Fun Tonight by Wang Chung. A great song and a very uplifting melody. I like it indeed. Great music here at 2 p.m. Reboot. I'm your host, Nick, filling in for Casey while he's away. The time is 3:40 in the afternoon on a Tuesday. It's Tuesday, right? Yeah, it is Tuesday. It's now time for Perfect Playlist. This is where we find you the perfect song for the perfect situation. Perfect Playlist picks the best songs for these situations. And this week's theme is the British invasion. Songs of the British invasion. You know, we've been playing a lot of Britpop this week so far. Lots of English song requests as well. There's more of it to come, at least for this week. So let's find out what's on the menu today. Our first song is going to be Sweets for My Sweet by The Searchers. Now, this song was written by Mort Schumann and was originally recorded by the Drifters in 1961. The Searchers version, which was produced by Tony Hatch, it climbed the top of the UK charts following an appearance on the TV show Thank Your Lucky Stars. The Searchers, they're an English Merseybeat group who emerged during the British invasion in the 1960s. The band's hits include a remake of the Drifters' 1961 hit, Sweets for My Sweet, Sugar and Spice, Love Potion No. 9. Lots of their songs are related to like food and flavors, right? You've got Sugar and Spice, Sweets for My Sweet, Love Potion as well. I like it. Our second song is going to be A Whiter Shade of Pale by Procol Harum. Now, without much promotion, it reached number 5 on the US Billboard Hot 100. One of the anthems of the 1967 Summer of Love, it's one of the most commercially successful singles in history, having sold more than 10 million copies worldwide. This song won a Brit Award for the Best British Pop Single from 1952 to 1977, and it was a joint winner along with Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody. So there you go. If you haven't heard these songs before, it's a great opportunity to learn some great old British music. So we're going to listen to these two songs back to back. This is Sweets for My Sweet by The Searchers, followed by A Whiter Shade of Pale by Procol Harum.
Sweets for my sweet.
just listened to two songs back to back for perfect playlist. We listened to Sweet for My Sweet by The Searchers and A Whiter Shade of Pale by Procol Harum. Also, basically including in our British Invasion series this week. A few more days left of it. If you're not the biggest fan of British music, then I don't know what to say to you, because this week's going to be kind of dominated by it. But we do have some fans of it, which is great. Soinim, loving it, saying, 선곡 미쳤네요. 취죠. 취향 저격이죠. I'm glad you love it. Also asking, The Animals, House of the Rising Sun도 British Invasion에 해당되나요? 얼마 전 Perfect Day라는 영화 봤는데 이 음악이 너무 기억에 남아서요. Yeah, The Animals, I believe, from the 1960s, they were part of the British Invasion. I don't think they were as popular as the Beatles or the Rolling Stones, but they were definitely included in it. And so were a lot of bands from that era from England kind of invading the US and becoming popular over there. I haven't seen the movie Perfect Day. I heard good things about it. If you recommend it, I might suggest to my wife to watch it as well. Sounds good. Thank you for your messages, and that was today's perfect playlist. All right, we've got time for one more great British song. This is by the Beatles, the hugest part of the British Invasion, A Hard Day's Night. A classic right there by the Beatles, A Hard Day's Night. And it's been a hard day for a lot of people, I bet. You know, working in this heat as well. But, you know, it's not far until home time, right? It's 3:52 in the afternoon. In an hour or two, people will start heading home to relax and welcome Hump Day, which is tomorrow. A hard day's night, I'm not sure it means anything. It doesn't make sense, right? A hard day's... People usually say a hard day's work, right? I worked hard today. 열심히 일했다. But a hard day's night, I don't know. You know, the Beatles, they had quite random, almost psychedelic songs at time. Part of their charm, right? Well, everyone, it is time to start wrapping things up. Tomorrow we'll be back. We've got great stuff coming your way. I believe Jimmy is a guest in the studio too. Thank you, everyone, for messaging in. It's been a lot of fun. And I'll start wrapping things up now. I've been your host, Nick. Our last song is Closing Time by Semisonic. Have a wonderful afternoon.